Y'all, there is so much to unpack with this BMF season finale, okay? Y'all wasn't feeling the season, but me personally, I think the finale was given, okay? The finale had some twists and turns I wasn't even expecting. And some of them I was, but I still was like, wow, I can't believe. We're going to get into it. Okay, my name is Shayna. If you're new here, I'm reviewing BMF Season 3, Episode 310, Prime Time. This is the season finale. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. And if you're new here, please don't hesitate to subscribe. This is a growing channel, okay? I will also be going live with Brillo. I posted about it on my community tab, so they'll probably be doing a panel over there. That's tonight, Friday, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now that we got the church announcements out the way, honey, let's get into it because I got a whole lot of notes, okay? You're going to hear these pages flipping back and forth. So we start off with Remy, aka Goldilocks, and his boys at the car lot where Meech vans are. He was paying off the security guard, so he got the keys. I got the keys, and he got the vans with the work in the vans. But they can't get into it because it's locked up tight. Okay, if you ain't got the codes, you can't get in. So he got the vans, and Meech and his crew see Remy driving off. Him and his crew driving off with their stuff. And they're like, oh my gosh, like we got to take him out. And they also like, now we definitely know for sure who put that anonymous tip in. I don't even think it was anonymous. They might as well have said who did it because, I mean, it was so obvious, like blatant. Meanwhile, they back in the car and T gets a call that Hoop got hit. We don't know if he unalive. We don't know nothing. All we know is the street said Henry did it. That's all we know. And I'm glad the streets was talking, okay? So Meech tells T that he needs to put Henry down. And T thinks it's because he stole Henry's plug, not knowing it was because of former detective Bryant the entire time, okay? Meanwhile, Bryant just got away with everything, okay? So Hoop was in the hospital alive. Won't he do it? Look, glory. Okay, glory. Won't he do it? Won't he will? Because I just knew it wasn't no way Hoop was walking out. I thought he was going to be paralyzed or something, but he fine. He moving. He just got to rest up. So Jen goes to Kobe's dad. Kobe, is Whitney Houston, her partner, who got taken out by Henry. And she's trying to get help. She need backup to arrest Henry and take down her whole situation she got going on. But Henrietta, she having a Britney Spears moment in the meantime, shaving off her lace front. And then we see Raw Dog Charles and Lip Lock and Lucille signing them papers. They are officially getting divorced, okay? I can't believe he signed. It's just so sad. Like, girl, was Charles wrong? Yes. But I don't think the grass was greener on the other side. I really, really don't. But, I mean, we're going to find out. So Meech is home with Angel. I'm still looking at her sideways for that little stunt she pulled, but whatever. She wants to run away and leave Atlanta, and he motivating her to keep stripping. He like, how many girls don't want to be in your shoes, being a dancing, working girl? Like, what? I thought the goal was to get out the game. Like, I feel like if he really cared about her like that, he wouldn't want her showing her cheeks every night. But I guess I don't. What do I know? So T is setting Henry up. He in a restaurant talking to her former connect, and he's just trying to set up a plan to try to catch her. But then former cheating Charles walks in, and he like, look, it's official. Me and your mother are over, and I need somewhere to stay. Pretty much, it's really serious now. It's over. Meanwhile, Jen and her stiff blonde wig meet with Henry, and I holler when Jen was in there talking about. She gonna say Henry looked handsome. I said, girl. Anywho. So Jen was just about to find out what Henry's plans were to take T out when Henry gets a phone call. She jumped up to take a phone call, but Jen can't hear what's being said on the other end. It's Braxton, Henry's daddy, aka Blaze, and he told her everything Jen was up to, that she was talking to Whitney Houston dad, all that. I said, "Oh wow!" I knew he couldn't be trusted with them shifty eyes of his. Oh child. I was in this moment. I was thinking, Jen is not gonna make it. Ain't no way. That's what I was thinking. But Brian is in the car listening through the wire. Because remember, they got a wire on her, and he listening to the whole thing. He outside, he hear everything. So Henry was talking, and she acting like she's trying to do some foreplay, aggressive foreplay. Next thing you know, she got her hands wrapped around Jen's neck, trying to take her out. But Jen broke loose and made a run for it. Brian runs in, and him and Henry get the pow, 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 and okay, pum, 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 and all over the place. Henry got hit in the leg and she ran off. And Jen learned that Whitney Houston's father couldn't be trusted. Child, she told you she couldn't trust her own daddy. So why did you think you could trust him? I mean, I know you was desperate, but dang. So Lucille went to the doctor's hotel room. When she took off his robe, I said, "Ooh, okay, Lucille, I see it. I don't know if it's enough to make me want to leave my husband, but I see it, girl. Okay." But all I can think in that moment was, this man got a wife, a family, something. He looks sneaky. He cannot be trusted. He cannot be trusted. She walked in, I don't care. She walked right in and was like, "Oh, me and Charles filed for divorce." And immediately they first of all had relations, and she wanted to jump into a relationship with him. Like, girl, you didn't even give yourself a day to breathe. You want to go right from one. The ink ain't even dry. Y'all didn't even file the paperwork into the court. Y'all signed the papers. You didn't even turn them into the courthouse yet. And you already ready to be somebody else's girlfriend? Like, Lucille, come on, get a grip. He's high key a stranger. You ain't really talked to the man since high school. So after they do the grown up, he finally tells her, "Child, I knew it was something, and he couldn't hold it in no more." He said he'd been engaged for 2 years. I said, "Oh Lord." It's not as bad as I thought, but still. When I say Lucille running out there so quick and so fast, she said engaged for 2 years. I'm not taking another cheater, and I damn sure won't be demoted to side piece. Okay, I'm not about to be your side chick, mistress. Okay, the one you call when you in town. I don't think so. They told me I didn't want to marry her. I couldn't bring myself to marry her. She wasn't you. But you brought yourself down on bended knee to propose. Please. Guess that's the end of Dr. Maurice. So Shark wants to leave Remy. He want to get down with BMF. They was talking in the parking lot, and one of Remy's boys saw everything. So back at the warehouse, because Shark had all of Meech's vans, but Meech's like, "I know you can't get into them. Y'all had my stuff for 2 days now. If you could, you would have. You would be running the streets. But instead, you sitting over here talking to me. So you don't got it. You can't get in there. Like I knew you couldn't." So Remy tried to stop everything, and he tried to take Shark out, and they pow powing and pum puming in yet another warehouse. Okay. But Shark said he down with BMF. Okay, I don't know what you heard. T is calling Markeisha like the sucker we know he is. I don't know, that little performance, he tried to send her back home. I knew that wasn't going to last long. Meanwhile, Charles finally fixed one wall in the house, and it took him 67 years to do it. And it was the thinnest piece of a wall he could find. And Lucille walking down the steps, I'm like, "Ooh, Charles, that wall look good." I said, "Ooh, girl, you so scandalous. You better not." Okay. So she tells him that things are not working out with Dr. Maurice. And he's like, "Oh, good. So you're going to come on tour with me, right? Like, that means you want me back." Like, she did not turn him down because she wants you, Charles. Sorry. Okay. She was like, "No, we can be friends and friends only. Okay. My man is going to be my Lord and Savior." And he was so disappointed, but you can tell he loves that woman. Maurice say he love you, but Charles really do love that woman. So Blaze meets with Henry in the trap house, another warehouse. And he tells her she's been a cause of chaos ever since she's been born, starting from the loss of her mother on down, now her cousins, businesses, everything. She brings turmoil everywhere she go, according to him. And she's like, "Why would you say that?" And he's like, "Because it's true." I will say this, even though that was hurtful. When parents get upset, they might, he's a human too. People tend to say hurtful things, okay? And she really is causing chaos and commotion, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you. So they going back and forth. And he calls her Henrietta. And she like, call me Henry, being all dramatic and shaky and just extra child. And he like, see, that's why I didn't want you in the game, because women are too emotional. And that's all she needed to hear. She had that gold strap and she took her own daddy out. And I knew she would. Everybody was like, it was written, the signs was written. It was written all over the walls. Like one of them was going to take the other one out. Okay. And even her uncle was like, Henry, oh my gosh, what? Why did you do that? Like, you're taking it too far. Yeah, she's actually, it's like you don't want him to say women are so emotional and all that stuff. But in this moment, she proved his point and had us women down bad. Okay. Meanwhile, remember, he was trying to set her up. So he waiting to see if she's going to show up, and she nowhere to be found. So him and his homeboy like, look, we need to go find her. And Jen and Brian are also listening in the car because they still got that wire on her. So they called for backup. And the police came, locked Henry up, put the cuffs on her, put Whitney Houston's cuffs on her like Detective Jen wants. And T and his boy got to watch the entire thing. Brian even whispered in her ear when they were taking Henry away that he was the one that took out her cousin. And she couldn't do nothing about it. It was too late. And I'm like, she'll love prison, seeing all those ladies. But T is up there worried about being in me shadows. I'm like, this is the start of them about to break up. We know they broke up, so this is it. Like, listen, everybody can't be the face of everything. That don't mean that your spot is not important. But Meech is in Atlanta. He in Techwood recruiting Remy's crew. Remy walk in and found out that he'd been kicked to the curb and replaced by Meech, okay? They like, look, we about to walk you out. We don't care what you're talking about. And he screams, y'all ain't seen the last of me. Later that night, he was out in the middle of the night in his car just staring off into the sky and get a water bottle from one of the bottle boys. And next thing you know, somebody, an unknown person, just takes him out. Who y'all think took him out? Who y'all think that was? A bottle boy or just a random? So we ain't got to worry about Remy no more. Remy gone, Henry gone. Okay, we getting all these old, we getting them up out of here now. If we could just get Bryant out of the way. But I digress. So a week later, Meech bands together his Cleveland and St. Louis folks in Atlanta and tells everybody what's going on, gives them their cars. Everyone's getting pulled over by the Red Dogs, and they can't find nothing, so everyone's free to go. T and Meech are still speaking in code over the phone. And had they always been speaking in code over the phone, they wouldn't be sitting. Big Meech wouldn't be behind bars till this day. But that's neither here nor there. That's just, Anyway, so T tells Meech that their parents are divorcing after they was just celebrating about all, they villains and their enemies being out of the way. It's like, well, the parents are divorcing, which is a shame. So Henry, she end up getting shanked in prison. And I wonder who wanted Henry taken out. Like, I wonder who was behind that. She ain't lasting there maybe about a day, okay? She was in there for 1 week and got taken out. I heard the women's prison is actually worse than the men's. Like, I heard it's way worse in the women's prison than the men's prison. So Meech visits Ty Washington's gravesite. May he rest, okay? As long as we don't got to see Carisha trying to act anymore, I'm fine with it. So Terry and LaWanda go to church together as a family, and I thought he was going to try to get her back. I'm so glad LaWanda is moving on like Maya, okay? Move on and never look back, LaWanda, ever, okay? Because every time Markeisha don't want nothing to do with him, and here he come crawling back over there to you. Girl, he don't care about you, okay? Or you still wouldn't be living in the projects with your mama. She tells him she's going to cosmetology school, and all he can care about is who's going to watch the kids. You watch him, MF. But anyway, who y'all think Markeisha with? Because she ain't answered the phone call at all this entire episode. Do y'all think that she's with Vince the cop? Like, who y'all think she with? Because she just can't be alone. So Lucille accepted the assistant pastor position at the church, the family they're supporting. Now, Lucille, no more sleeping around, okay? You got your rocks knocked off with the doctor. You better tidy it up, Okay, you're already getting divorced. I'm surprised she's still wearing her wedding ring. I guess she ain't ready to announce that it's over yet. But she did give a nice sermon. Then Angel, Meech comes to, he comes to the club and Angel tells him that she's done being a working girl. She used her money she got to save while living with him for free and no longer having to pay a PIMP. She got to save some money and put a down payment on a business. She won a center for girls back in her hometown, wherever that is. So she's leaving and Meech is staying in Atlanta. I don't know why y'all thought that Angel was Lil Meech's mama, but I knew she was not his mama. He met the mama in Florida. Not he traveled to Florida with the mama. He met her there. So we're going to meet her later on. Plus, it's still early, and I don't think Lil Meech was born until like the 2000s, and it's only like 1990. So Detective Jen and Brian got their badges back. I mean, I'm fine with Jen getting her badge back, but I wish Brian, bald head, milk dud self, didn't get his badge back. But whatever. Jen is going to the West Coast to stop Asian GANGS. I got to be careful on this YouTube, but y'all know what I mean. Brian is going down south to terrorize Meech yet again because he just can't let up because he just don't got nothing else better to do. It's really sick how obsessed he is. Like, it should be studied. It don't make no sense how obsessed he is with Meech. But he cleans out Kevin's room, and he ain't really cleaning it out. But it's so heartbreaking. Like, this is the end. Kevin is really gone, y'all. So Nicole makes Charles' favorite dinner, but he can't stay because the tour bus is about to go. He like, I got to leave. And Lucille like, wait, but Nicole cooked your favorite dinner. Girl, he don't got time. He's leaving. He said he begged you 25 times to go on this tour. And you said, no, girl, move. But when he leaves and that door closed, she's sad, like crying. And thank goodness Nikki is there to support her. And it really don't hit you. Like, you be talking about, I wanted to be over. I just wanted to be over, like Keisha Cole said, but it don't really hit you till it's really over. And when her and Nikki were the only two sitting at that dining room table, that's when it hit her that it's over. Your family is split up. You could have worked on it if you just went with your husband, but you chose not to. You made your bed. You got to lay in it, okay? Now, I'm not condoning people just still staying with cheaters. And like she told Doctor Maurice when she was laying with him, before she cut him off, it was over before he cheated. That was just the final straw. She was sick of being broke. But it's like, Charles can get another job, but I mean, that cheating thing. Both of y'all cheated at this point. Like, just start anew, okay? But T is in Atlanta, and y'all think Charles gonna meet somebody while he on the road? Lucille will be sick to her stomach. You hear me? But anyway, T is in Atlanta, and he's happy about the accomplishments. He like, look, we got 5 states moving weight. Like, can't we just sit back and just be happy about our accomplishments? And Meech, who's a true hustler, was like, no, I want more. I want to be state to state, across country, international. I want it all. So later at the club, we see a young Deion Sanders. Okay. And shout out to whoever that was playing Deion, did a great job. Like, he sounded just like him. So Angel does her last dance to they homie Rip's song, May He Rest in Peace. Okay. Him and his cornrows. And Meech plug, like the plug's right hand came and was looking for Meech, and he like, the plug got locked up in Mexico, and the only person he trusts is you. Meech, without hesitation, was like, well, we're going to Mexico. Like, you ain't said nothing but a word. And of course, T, like always, having second thoughts, and he don't think it's a good idea. And earlier, when the show first came on, Terry had mentioned that he wished he had Meech's bravery. Like, and I feel the same way. Like, I think it can low-key be admirable that Meech is just like, what do we have to lose? Like, let's just go. Like, let's just do it. Terry's always so scary, always so afraid. In my personal life, I feel like fear held me back from doing a lot of things. I'm wondering like where I could have been had I not let fear hold me back. So I would rather people just go, and if it fails, it fails, than to wonder what if. So, but he gonna convince T go. They go to Mexico. They wander around like lost puppies, but I guarantee they gonna free him because if the show is called BMF, like what else are they gonna do? Okay, period. So that is where we left off at. That was the end of this season. What are y'all expectations for next season? Are y'all happy with the way things turned out? I am. for the most part. It is sad to see Lucille and Charles actually getting divorced, but they got divorced in real life, so it is what it is. Y'all let me know. Talk to me in the comments. I'll talk back, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.